Hello and welcome back to the Liminal Branch Library, the archive in the seams. I'm your archivist and librarian, Mordio Crow.
And I'm Nova Minakawa.
And tonight is the Mordio and Nova Game Awards. Yes, we know, incredibly prestigious. Thank you all for coming. Welcome Amasha and Keys and Firelord. Oh, and thank you for the roses. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God,
Get
so
him!
many roses.
Get
so
him!
many roses. Oh, God.
Get him!
So many roses. I could make an ice cream out of all these roses.
Be good.
Oh, thank you. You got permission? Yeah, I mean the roses are the roses are working. Oh my God! Wow! So many roses being thrown before.
We don't have a cap on it. Oh my God!
Oh my God! They just keep coming.
Anyway, congratulations to Amasha for first. Thank you for Schwartzmageddon check-ins. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. This is the penultimate Schwartzmageddon. Only one more remains. We won't be live tomorrow when the last one goes live. But yeah, 66k more points, and there's not a cooldown. Nope. Yeah, there's no limit, no cooldown.
Wait,
so.
we've never had to have a cooldown.
Yeah, we'll have to. Well, if it ever becomes a problem, we'll just have to deal with it when we get there. Until then, if there's any time to throw a bunch of roses, it's at the start of an award ceremony, which this being the 2025 Mordio and Nova Awards, the, of course, annual award ceremony that's definitely been happening this whole time, and this isn't at all the very first one, is a chance for us to look back at this past year of streaming and games and, pick out some of our favorites, and as award shows do, our favorite categories.
Yes.
Oh, and Amasha's got noms. Oh, that's good. Something delicious, I assume.
And what do you think about our setup right now? We're in a theater.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah, we have this tiny little theater with our 1, 2, 3, 4 seats.
Well, that's just a close-up. There's more seats, definitely.
Right. Yeah, there's definitely more seats. A far cry from the giant stadiums of modern game shows, but I think it fits, Korean-style fried cauliflower. Ooh, yum. We're not facing
that's because we have eyes in the back of our heads.
I was going to say because we're the reporters, the casters, the commentary booth.
We have a little TV screen in front of us, and also we have eyes at the back of our heads.
And also we have eyes on the stage. By that, I'm going to segue into talking about our awards that we're going to be going over. What? Don't you wow me?
No, it's wow, yeah.
Yeah, wow, exactly. Wow, yeah. So, did not show up. Where is it? There we go. We should have it now. There we go. So, for our awards show today, we have a handful of different awards we can give, depending on, who decides the deserving game is. So we have, of course, the Mordio Award for the ones that I picked.
Next to me.
And the Nova Award for the one that Nova picked. It's good. It's for contrast.
Which is next to you.
Like, it's fine.
Okay, all right, fine.
I made these slides before I thought about where we were sitting, and it's fine. But of course, there's a question, right? We have, say, 5 nominees, and a Mordio Award and a Nova Award. What happens if we agree? Why? Then we go to the incredibly prestigious Mordio and Nova Award. Wow, amazing.
Yes, wow. It's like we're fused into one person.
Our opinions, at least, in that category are fused into one. Oh, wait, I forgot to put on our little BGM. There we go. Let me know if that's too loud or too quiet. But now there is a fourth award that we can, well, award during this ceremony, but this fourth award is not one that Nova or I will assign, but instead you points directly at the screen, gives you a real 3D cinema moment. This third award, decided by you, is of course the Chat's Choice Award. So
Chat's Choice Award, yeah! Woo, yeah!
So if we can reach a consensus on, if we can reach a consensus in chat as to what an award or what the winner is, we will assign the Chat's Choice Award as well. Otherwise, we have the Mordio Award, Nova Award, and Mordio and Nova Award. So, without further ado, with further ado, before we get into the first category, Nova, without having yet gone over memory lane today, how do you feel about our past year of streaming and the games and things that we've played?
Well, I think there were a lot of memorable contenders for this year for sure. I know that we did quite a few things, not just games, but our own things this year, which I was quite excited about. And I think it was a good one. Here's to another one.
Yeah, I'm excited to go into 2026 with the momentum we've been building. Not quite the shorts momentum, because that took a lot of work, and maybe we'll do it again in the future, but, just keep this all going. So, now without further ado, our very first category is Best Duo Game. So this is a game where you and I played together for at least, some of it, right?
Yes. Which, by the way, your PowerPoint that you're sharing with me is not what's, it's not what's on the screen.
I will fix that now.
But yes, we've played a couple of duo games. I feel like we were sort of missing, there was a long stretch, rather, where we weren't playing games necessarily together. We each had our own games. But last few months, I think, were pretty duo-tastic.
Yeah, I think so. Aside from Final Fantasy XIV, which isn't pictured here in part due to the fact that it's kind of like an ongoing thing for us, right? So it's kind of hard to put it into a category. We love Final Fantasy XIV. That's why we keep playing it. So I didn't count it as a duo. As far as nominations go, and it's also patch content here and there. Maybe it will get on there once there's a new expansion. But for our nominees, as you said, most of these are in the past. I guess half of them are in the past couple months, right? We have Super Bunny Man, a game that we only played the once, but I personally believe was quite memorable.
Yes, for sure.
A lot of silly moments came out of that. It was a very silly game. Enjoyable in the amount that we did it, with both bugs and shenanigans galore. And then speaking of bugs, Silk Song Versus, we only did that for 2-3 streams?
I think we did 3.
Yeah, but that I thought was a fun way for us both to play a game that we were interested in. You came up with a way to magnify one of our two screens so that way chat could look at a specific thing. We were sometimes fighting the same enemies, other times, going off to different parts of the world. He saw lots of kicking each other in the face in the Shorts-mageddon shorts. Exactly. All of that and more.
A lot of also holding each other.
Yep. And then for a more recent entry, Dispatch, we played through all of that together, which in some ways not really a duo game. I didn't do much gaming in that one, but we did hang out together and chat throughout the entirety of the...
Yeah, we hung out.
Yeah.
As well, same thing with Slay the Princess, where you were hanging out with me as I made decisions, some questionable.
Yep. And then Monster Hunter Wilds, probably the longest duo game that we actually played through this year. Maybe not if you count Final Fantasy XIV, but otherwise Like, I think it is the one that we have the most episodes of. A different
Yeah, it's
style
true.
of game than both of us are used to. I think we overall had a good time with it. It was tough though. We did
Yeah.
struggle.
By the way, I want to say these thumbnails are really good. Not to toot my own horn or your horns, but the thumbnails are pretty good.
Well, Nova, I'm glad to hear that you think so. I think which ones did you made the Slay the Princess, the Silk Song, and the Super Bunny Man ones, if I recall.
Correct.
And I made the Monster Hunter and the Dispatch ones.
Yes, correct.
Slay the Princess is Key's favorite thumbnail.
I mean, I quite like my psychotic face that I did, and I also like you with gun.
Yeah. Yeah, I concur. I do think that one's probably my favorite. In second, I might like Dispatch, even though I think at this resolution, it's not as obvious what the joke is, but I really had fun editing in a bunch of our different pieces of artwork to be the different characters.
Yeah.
Well, Nova, do you have any thoughts on what you think you would award Best Duo Game for this year?
This is the Nova Award, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I will say that Monster Hunter, I'm glad we did it. However, it's not my particular style of game. I'm not particularly good at it. But I did appreciate actually like having a fighting game alongside of you. Like, this was probably one of the true co-ops that we had besides Super Bunny Man. Dispatch and Slay the Princess had only a few. I think both of them had 3 streams that we did, so I don't feel like as far like they were great games. I love Dispatch, I love Slay the Princess, but as far as playing games with you, I think of either the Super Bunny Man or the Silk Song one. Now, the Silk Song one was very hype, and I'm extremely proud of the setup that I did for it. Like, I think it's pretty cool that we could have the chat change the layout depending on who they wanted to see, etc. That took a lot of work, so I'm proud of that one. But even though we played just one game, Super Bunny Man cracked me up so much that it's like probably a tie between Super Bunny Man and Silk Song. So like, if I were to give a Nova Award, which I am, I would give it to Silk Song because I put a lot of effort into it. Not that I was particularly good at it, but I think it was a high quality stream. And if, later on, if we both agree, I feel like Super Bunny Man should get the Mordio and Nova Award.
Well, yeah, as far as my thoughts, I'm pretty much with you on everything you just said, right? Monster Hunter was a lot of fun. I am glad that we did it, but it isn't the type of game that I think is really up either of our alleys exactly. While I enjoyed going on that journey with you, of these ones here, probably wasn't my top one that I enjoyed. Slay the Princess and Dispatch both, similarly, they were short, enjoyable experiences, but ultimately one of us was piloting, and the other one was along for the ride. Of the two, I think it's hard to say which one I enjoyed more. But Silk Song versus, I agree with the work you've put in. But for me personally, I think I would give the award to Super Bunny Man because it was just so silly. It reminded me of the time, of an age long by where you would have a bunch of people in a room playing a Wii game or a GameCube game that was of questionable quality, but you would just play it for a few hours because it was just silly, right? So that's where I would put my award. My question to you is, does Super Bunny Man get the Mordio Award and Silk Song the Nova, or do we give Mordio and Nova to Super Bunny Man?
I think Super Bunny Man gets Mordio and Nova. I think, we are just equally chaotic in that one.
And it has been decided. Congratulations to Super Bunny Man for Best Duo Game.
Congratulations. And I think it's so cute when we use the chippies. We don't always use our chippies, but like that one in particular was really good for it.
Yeah, it was very good for it. And I think we also didn't have the like most of our bodies, right? Like it was just our heads peeking up.
Yeah, it was just our
body.
heads. I don't know. For some reason, I thought that would be funny, and I hope I was not alone in that.
I think it was funny, but I see. I assume you started that poll in chat.
Correct.
All right. Well, it only has 30 seconds left, so if you have an opinion on the Chat's Choice Award, open up the stream chat and vote in the vote there now for which one you think. And actually, yeah, good call, Nova. If you wouldn't mind,
I'm trying to. I should have put it earlier.
Yeah, if you put it earlier and give it a slightly longer time frame for the next one, I think would be good.
Yeah, it's just difficult because my keyboard, you can easily hear my keyboard when I speak.
Oh, well, yeah, that's fair. But all right, the voting has ended, and though it is a quick vote, it goes to Super Bunny Man.
Congratulations, Super Bunny Man.
Super Bunny Man, winning both the incredibly prestigious Mordio and Nova Award and the equally prestigious Chat's Choice Award.
So wait, are you putting the Mordio and Nova Awards, like, if we both agree, then it only gets one? Is that how it goes? It only gets
the Mordio and Nova Award.
Okay, understood.
Yep. All right. Well then, are you prepared for our next category?
What could it be?
Well, continuing the theme of games that we play together, we are moving from duo game to community game.
Oh, wow, okay.
And so this is one that I imagine Chat's Choice Awards might play, a little bit of a stronger role in. Oh, I just noticed that we're slightly blocking the thumbnails. Oh no.
Here, move like this.
There we go, just for a second. But we have nominated behind me over here, Gardic Phone, which we played, I believe, on your birthday and perhaps one or two other times. I don't remember exactly how many.
Yeah, I think we played it maybe twice.
Yeah. So, the old Gardic Phone, show off everyone's art skills or lack of art skills, do some humorous stuff together, always a fun time. Garlic Phone. You can never have too much garlic in your phone. And recipes often do not indicate enough garlic when building your phone. And over towards the center, we have, I think it is the most popular community game night choice, which is Jackbox Games, which is no surprise due to the sheer variety that those games have to offer. With, 4 or 5 games per pack and at least a dozen packs out at this point in time, that's a lot of stuff. I know we have our favorites, some of which are trivia-based, some of which are drawing-based, and some are... Actually, I think most of our favorites fall under those two. Or I guess the Quiplash type as well. And then last but not least, we have Peak with the thumbnail where Nova may bar.
I mean, I didn't, which is great. Modern medicine really works. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, I'm glad you were able to find something that allows you to play games that would have previously made you motion sick, because it really does open up a lot of extra group games for you.
Yes. The medicine that I was taking is what is it called? It's the stuff you take for like roller coasters and motion sickness. I don't know. I'll message it to you, Keys. I forget. Dramamine. Thank you, Firelord. It's Dramamine, and I only have like 4 pills left, so I got 4 games left in me before I gotta go buy some more.
Oh, speaking of only having a little bit left, the poll for the community game I didn't realize had started. So if you have an opinion and want to vote, go now.
Yeah.
And Noah, if you could announce when you make it live, just in case people are.
Oh, sorry, I was just starting at the beginning of the thing, but I'll make a note.
Yeah. So Nova, while chat finishes up their voting, do you have any initial thoughts on these 3 community games that we've played across this year?
It's I think this one's much harder than the previous one, even though there's just 3, well, maybe because there are 3 choices, right? Like, I think Peak is so fun. There was just a time where I was saying, like, guys, play Peak with me, play Peak with me, play Peak with me.
It's true.
However, playing it after a while, it's still very fun, but it requires medication, first of all, and it's also very long. And so when you don't make it, if one of you doesn't make it, it does sort of feel not great, especially as an old person that can only play for like 3 hours tops.
Right.
For Jackbox games, I think the recent one, the 11, is it? I think it's so good and sort of like reignited my love for Jackbox. I know it can get kind of tired, but it's sort of tried and true, so I think Jackbox is really fun. And then Gartic Phone, I haven't played as much as I used to. It'd be cool to play more Gartic Phone, but I don't know if it's a game for everybody, and I don't know if everybody enjoys drawing the same way I do. So I have a slight leaning towards Jackbox games, but Peak is still sort of pulling me in.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. While you were talking, the chat poll concluded with a tie between Gartic Phone and Peak. So that results in 2 Chat's Choice Awards. We will deliver one to each of our lovely recipients. Yeah, Firelord Turtle Duck, and in Peak someone explodes the scout cannon,
I wonder who.
All I gotta say is this is why you have to read the patch notes, and I didn't, and that's, I learned my lesson.
Well, you often don't read the patch notes because you don't want to be spoiled.
That is true. That is true.
Storm says, like to see Peak have a shorter version where it's only 1 segment. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, or like some way of checkpointing even. So it's like, you cleared the first 2 and you can come back with the same group or whatever.
I mean, there is a checkpoint feature, or item rather, but it's not like quite what I wanted to do.
Yeah. As far as for me, I think that what I lean towards here is, despite its flaws, I think I do lean towards Peak because it is just an incredibly funny game. Very, very nice art style, very simple gameplay loop. The idea of different biomes and randomizing it, but the island staying the same. So like you were saying, right? We only get time to play for like 2, maybe 3 hours. But I like the idea that the island persists. So that way, if you were to fail partway through, you've learned and you can try it again, and thus increase your chances of success. I think that's fun. I think it's a great little game. And I think that if they did, as Storm suggested, and have either a shorter version where it's 1 segment or 1 to 3 segments, we'll say, or like a way to like stop and resume or anything like that, I think it would make it a much clearer winner. But for
pop
me,
in, pop out.
Yeah, for me, that's where my award is going to go, just because I think that's where I personally had the most fun as far as community games go.
Good. I mean, it created so many good shorts. Why don't you put mine on Jackbox games then? Just to have an even spread here. Oh, Nova.
Wow, yeah, look at this. This is a pretty... I guess that's just how you know that this is a category with quality contestants, because...
Quality.
There are awards going everywhere. So, yeah, I think...
I like putting my head in things, I guess. Look at these thumbnails.
I mean, yeah, that's how good thumbnails work, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me recollect all of these awards and get rid of one of those duplicate chat ones. Let's put them all back up here as we move on to our next category, as we leave group games behind and go to a different aspect of games, namely the memorable things that we hear during them. That's right, the next category is Best Soundtrack. Now, this is one that I think I have I'm gonna have a really hard time picking from this set. Specifically for Final Fantasy XIV, I'm talking about just the Dawn Trail and Patch soundtrack. We're not going back for the whole discography of Final Fantasy XIV and it's like 800 songs or whatever nonsense, right? Specifically Dawn Trail and the patches, because it's kind of hard to not do or to do the patches without base Dawn Trail. Which Final Fantasy XIV, Soken, he's known for doing some absolutely wonderful songs. Arcadian this time around, it's had some songs I've had on loop for a long while, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna put the poll right now.
All right, poll going
okay,
up.
We'll hydrate.
I'll be very interested to hear chat's opinions on these. Oh, hydrate.
Yep, hydrating.
So I know for me, Final Fantasy XIV, I keep coming back to that soundtrack, but another soundtrack I keep coming back to is Death's Door, a game I played a long time ago, like you played on stream for the first time this year.
Yeah.
And a lot of that soundtrack has been staples in my, like, I don't want to call it playlist because I don't really do playlists. I just pick out like a vibe and then I listen to that same song or like same set of songs for like 5 days and then I move on.
Yes.
Like Death's Door just keeps coming back up in the rotation for me. What are your thoughts on...
Well, sorry, I was gonna ask, like, which songs in Death's Door, just everything, or is there like...
There's some that come up more than others. Like the main theme's really good. The song called Avarice, which plays during the segment where you were commenting on the burning, like that one's really good. I'm a big fan of the final boss musics. There are a pair of them. And as well as the Castle Lockstone and the one just after that. I forget what they call that area. But those two as well are all really... Oh, and the Gravedigger, all of his stuff. He has like 3 different themes. All those, very good, very enjoyable. What's your thoughts on... Actually, I guess I should have asked about Final Fantasy as well, but what have been your thoughts on Final Fantasy and Death's Door soundtracks? Having them both fresh in mind.
Well, sheepishly, I don't have as great of a memory for songs as you do. So there are things in Dawn Trail that I do remember, like paired with the beautiful scenery that I see in some of the areas. So those are... It's no Lahi, right? It's not a brainworm like Lahi. But, you know... There's a lot of good stuff there. Death's Door, I remember like the battle songs. So this is a very weak category for me simply because I do not have the memory for it. However, the game that I played the most and died the most is Silk Song, and I do remember more clearly the Silk Song songs. The choral choir, or, you know, just like those areas, especially during the second act, I believe, are so memorable and so good. I know you've commented on them a lot. So if, you know, my award would probably go to Silk Song in this case. Wow, we have a decisive comment from Nova sliding over to Silk Song. I haven't decided yet where to place mine, but before I do want to mention the one we haven't talked about yet, which is Nine Souls. Nine Souls, I thought, had a very memorable soundtrack with a very different feel, in large part due to its, I don't know, it's not really cyberpunk, but like sci-fi. It's sci-fi, right? Very different soundtrack. There's one song in particular that I really, really love, which is, I believe, called Last Man Standing, which plays only at 2 or 3 points in the game. Like when you go back to the village while it's under attack and you like fight all the different enemies to save the humans. Like that one's really good. I want to say Lady Butterfly, but that's not her name. But I know which one you're talking about.
Lady Eternal, hers is really good. The Siblings song is really good, and Agongs herself also really good. So I thought they were pretty... Siblings. So I thought all those were really strong contenders. For me, I do think that it comes down to either Silksong or Final Fantasy, and maybe that's recency bias. I'll have to consider in a year or two, right? If I'm still coming back to
in
them.
a year or two.
Right? Because like for me, Death's Door, I played that game years ago and I still listen to it, right? It has longevity. Yeah. But like the Arcadian tracks have been
true.
So
the
good.
Arcadian ones that you talk about a lot.
They've been so good, the Arcadian tracks. And then for Dawn Trail itself, like Lost in Emerald, the Yachtel one that I said sounds like Penguin Drum. I love that one. I love the whatever, I forget what the dungeon one is called. But the dungeon in that zone, like all those are really good. So I think I'm gonna give it to Dawn Trail / Final Fantasy. Meanwhile, the poll has ended and chat has selected 9 souls. So we have another pretty spread category here. And you know, even though Death's Door did not win any of the awards, it still wins the award of being the longest played of any of these on my MP3 player, so.
Oh, I do want to ask should I put the polls automatically do like 250 channel points, but I realized there could be some newer people, so I'll try to make the poll points lower, so just in case you guys aren't able to vote and want to.
Yeah, that's a good call. I didn't even notice that. All right. So now we're continuing on the aspects of game route from here, where we've had our soundtrack. What else is in it? What else is within a game? Why? We have its cast of characters, and that's why our next category is Best Allied Cast. And yes, as the name implies, there may be another similar category coming up that's about other characters within the game. But for this one, we've included 9 Souls and Silksong once again, both Metroidvanias where there's probably not as much dialogue there's definitely not as much dialogue as the 2 games on the right side of the screen. And Lies of P Overture below it, which as a Souls-like game, also not particularly known for their, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, they have characters with their own stories, right? But usually they're not known for their really in-depth characters. But I do feel like Lies of P and Overture especially have a focus on characters that isn't quite there in a lot of other Souls-like, which is why I included it. Monster Hunter Wilds, we had our cast, our little crew, Alma, Gemma, and I forget what the boy's name was.
I don't know if that's winning then.
Yeah, well, and then finally we have In Stars and Time, which is, of all of these, is probably the one with the most focus on the cast itself.
Yes. But Silksong does have Sherma.
And you know, I think Silksong does have several other strong supporting characters, right? Like, aside from Sherma, you have Chakra, right?
Shanka.
Then, of course, you have creatures like the Bell Beast. You have the various snails that you meet, the Green Prince. Like, there's a lot of the Pinstress, the Seamstress. So there's a lot of different characters in Silksong, which I think, much like Lies of P, there's more characters than a typical Souls-like. Not that I would call... Is Silksong a Souls-like or just a Metroidvania?
I don't know.
I'm not here to litigate.
I'm putting down the poll.
Yeah, put up the poll. I'm not here to litigate whether Silksong's a Souls-like or not. You have currency and you drop it when you die, I guess. Is that all you need for a Souls-like? I don't know. But...
People have made long stream videos about that, so...
Yeah, so we're not getting into that. Feel Hollow Knight would fall into Souls. Yeah, I do feel like that's also true. So, Nova, what do you think of these casts? Any of them stand out as particularly memorable to you?
You know, this is an easy choice for me, and perhaps I'm biased because out of the ones I guess I've played 3 of these technically, but In Stars and Time was the game that I played, and it really captured me. In Stars and Time is such a like strong candidate, and like it's a traditional party cast, so it has to go to In Stars and Time for me 100%. I loved voicing all of these characters. Everybody felt really unique. And they had their own like interactions and different relationships with each other, and it was just very fleshed out. So In Stars and Time for sure.
Yeah, that's true. Each character was very fleshed out, and we got to know them quite a bit over the course of our many time loops.
At least a little over 100, I believe I got.
Yeah, I think you did end up with a little bit over 100. And I know for me, even though I wasn't playing, I was there for most of the streams. I feel like I missed 1 or 2 but watched the VODs. But it was fun to, discover them alongside you, and especially learn their motivations. Like Odil's feeling like, was born between worlds, or like Isabeau constantly changing who he was. Mirabelle feeling like she had to change things, even, like there was some fun characterization hidden in there, which I think for that reason, I am inclined to agree with you, even though I love Xuan Xuan and Kwafu over in Nine Souls, and of course I love Sherma and Chakra in Silk Song, but I think we gotta give the prestigious Mordio and Nova to In Stars and Time.
I think that deserves it. It deserves it. The poll is still going. Maybe I should have put it shorter. It's hard to tell with these kind of things how much we're gonna faff about or not. But
true.
I do want to I want to correct my previous statement, because I thought you had to give channel points to vote, but you actually can use channel points to vote more.
I see.
So that there's a difference. So
so you can pay your way for your favorite to win.
Yes, but I turned it off, so
okay, got it.
We actually don't have that problem. If I enable it, it was enabled previously. But listen, I'm pretty new to poll stuff. I don't know.
That's okay.
I've only been streaming for like 3 years almost.
All right, well, the poll's not quite done, but with 100% of the vote that's currently been cast in Stars and Time, I think we can tentatively go over here. We'll wait for it to end before we move on to the next category. So I think we can give In Stars and Time the best allied cast.
Yeah, fully deserved.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Now, since In Stars and Time has gotten the awards, Nova, if you had to pick one standout supporting character from one of the other games, who would that supporting character be?
Sherma. La 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 la.
Oh, I see.
Keith says Lies of P is a close second for him. Who would you put as like your top cat ally, I guess?
I mean, we have our legendary stalker, Leia, right? Who's pretty much a recurring character all throughout Overture, who we get to know very well. If we're including the main game as well, you'd have Sophia, who's, Sophia's good and has a fun twist with it, but I think of the people in the hub, Vanini is just so funny.
Vanini.
Yeah. I don't know, he's just really funny. So I think I'd be inclined to put Vanini up there.
Yeah, and you have to say Vanini exactly like that.
Yep.
Vanini. All right, poll is closed.
Has ended. And let's send these back up here. Just look at the depth of backstory and character progression development. Yeah, that's fair. And especially, like we were saying, in Overture, you get to explore that depth of... Well, I guess it's more of like the backstory of what led up to here, but you get the characters' backstories as well through there. All right. Similar topic, different side of the coin. Moving on over to... Best antagonists.
Oh.
So this can be main villain. This can be, if there was a cadre of villains. So in Silksong, of course, we have the forces of the Citadel, Grandmother Silk, Void. In Death's Door, we have the 3 different Great Souls, as well as the Last Lord. Lies of P Overture, we have there's certainly multiple antagonists, but one certainly has to call out Arlecchino.
Oh yeah, Arlecchino was a fire, haha. Ha.
And then finally, in Nine Souls, we had our cast of 8 targets. Or wait, was it 8 targets, or were there 9 of them and you were the 10th one? I think there might have been 9 of them and you were the 10th one. But you had your list, right? That you went down of foes, each with their own regions, and most of them had messed up, either messed up characterization or messed up things happen to them. He says, we talk about the ones I liked the most, it was Silksong then. Is that for... I missed when that came in. Was that while we were still talking about allies, or is that on antagonists?
I'm going to start the poll, and we'll let that also help us.
That was allies.
I got it. Yeah.
Reasonable.
So, simply for Grohl the Great, Silksong is out of the running for me. Just kidding.
So bad, so bad. Shouldn't he win then if he's that bad?
No.
No?
No! Screw him!
Sound like he did a pretty good job of antagonizing you.
I fart in his face.
So,
I think that Arlecchino was such a good antagonist, so it's difficult, but I also think Nine Souls had a great group of antagonists. Plus, I really, really enjoyed seeing you fight the Nine Souls battles. It was mesmerizing to see. So even though I didn't play this one, I feel like it's hard, right? Because as far as antagonists, I feel like Arlecchino has stronger story antagonist vibes, but Nine Souls has great battles that I enjoyed the most. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm gonna give it to Nine Souls in this case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think let me put this down here for now. For me as well, I do think I'm also between these two. Don't get me wrong, Silksong has some great antagonists. There are some really fun fights in there.
There are some good fights.
Grandmother Silk I really loved. Lost Lace, or all the various laces are fun. And Death's Door, even though I don't think the bosses had as much weight behind them as some of these other games, I really love the Last Lord as a boss. And you meet him for the first time, and he has world's number 1 Lord coffee mug or whatever, and he's oh, good for you, you've done a great job, you don't need to talk to me though, get out of here, right?
Yeah, don't ever do that again.
Yeah, he's just a very funny corporate villain, so I do really love him. But it also does come down to Overture and Nine Souls. Arlecchino is really, really good. And he was built up in the first main game and then comes around in Overture. But there's also other good secondary antagonists in Overture. I mainly think of Lumacchio, right? Or Lumacchio. The guy who was voiced by Asterion. He's also a lot of fun. Oh yeah, and then there was Marchiona, the puppeteer, right? There were...
I didn't say anything.
Okay. Yeah, so there were a lot of good fights in there and a lot of fun characters. But ultimately, I think I have to promote the Nine Souls one into a Mordio and Nova Award. And we once again have a tied chat vote, which means 2 chat choices get assigned. I'm promoting the Nine Souls one into a Mordio and Nova Award because again, don't get me wrong, I love the fights in all of these games. The Nine Souls fights just felt so tight. They're the epitome of a rhythm game boss fight, right? With the way parries and the charge talismans work. Music in them was really good. And
really, just overall, really, really good. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no. Overall, really, really good. And I really liked getting into each area, learning about the person from their area, learning about the personal grudge Yi had with them, and then all of that building up into the boss fight, right? Like, I think that made each of them very memorable. Like, especially Agong herself, but yeah.
And you got to show chat how gamer you are.
It's true. Everyone saw after that 3-hour stream where I fought the same boss. But yeah.
And it was an amazing 3 hours. I was watching very intently.
Yeah, it's a very fun game, and I definitely want to go back to it and play it again at some point in the future. But, it's still pretty in recent memory, so probably not anytime too soon. All right,
excellent.
For our next category, we move away from writing, which is sort of my wheelhouse, and over to what we see, to art, which is over in Nova's. Next category is best art style. And so for this one, let me hide. We have 2 chat choices for the moment. I'll get one of them in a second. All right. So best art style. Here we once again have Nine Souls and In Stars in Time, games nominated for many awards due to their quality this time around. So
yeah,
In Stars in Time, it's got that. It's purely in black and white, except for
lore reasons.
For lore reasons that aren't really relevant to the story, but they're relevant to the world itself. But we get just a little taste of color throughout as like an emphasis point. Lots of fun little different expressions. A lot of weird creatures to fight. Nine Souls. All of the different areas have such a strong visual theming of this sci-fi, in a lot of cases biological, and leaning in eventually into biological horror, right?
Yeah, you love that.
I love it. Rabbit in Steel is a very what's the word I'm looking for? It's got a very clean art style that is bunny based, so it gets some points in my mind. And then finally,
why is your last name Crow?
That's a great question. No, I'm kidding. It rolls well. Look, you can be associated with multiple animals, right?
Sure.
And then
Little Goody Two Shoes, I'll talk about because I played that pretty thoroughly. It has such, it's gorgeous, it's illustrative, it's chock full of detail, and it's got a very standout anime style. It's anime style, but it's not like modern anime style. It's sort of retro, but it's got all these big chunky colors. I think the proportions on the characters are so unique. It has this depth of shading that I just love. Plus it works in pixel animation. I was
gonna say, and it has its own little intro.
It has its own freaking intro. It's amazing, gorgeous. I'm gonna start the poll right now.
Start that poll. All right. So as that poll is started, Nova, do you want to go into your thoughts first?
Sure. Oh, and we have first time chat Slenderva saying never played a single one of these games, but art pretty. Hell yes.
Yes.
Hell
indeed.
yes. Okay. So it's so difficult these are such strong contenders. I have bias because I played In Stars in Time and Little Goody Two Shoes. In Stars of Time has I feel like it's not opposite per se, but it is very different from Little Goody Two Shoes. It's simplified, it's in black and white. Meanwhile, you got Little Goody Two Shoes, which is chock full of color. It's very detailed, etc. So it's hard because In Stars in Time it's very graphic, and we also have the art book. We did purchase that. It's in the library now. And then Little Goody Two Shoes is just great. Now I do know that the second Little Goody Two Shoes Tushies has a different art style, which I'm not as fond of. But we're dealing with just the first one here. So on that alone, I think I just have the slightest preference towards Little Goody Two-Shoes because that's just like the sort of my aesthetic. It's more my aesthetic than in Stars in Time, but in Stars in Time is just like really, really good. So this is a difficult choice.
No, that's perfectly reasonable. I see Amasha saying in Stars in Time has such a strong style that I enjoy, but also Nine Souls captivated you. Now you're into that. Yeah. Little Goody Two-Shoes is just gorgeous. It is. See, I think for me, going to what you were saying about bias is like I played Nine Souls a lot, and I didn't play Little Goody Two-Shoes or in Stars in Time. So for me, and like you were saying before, Nine Souls, it's got that sci-fi, which I wouldn't say I'm a sci-fi over fantasy person, but I do like me a science fantasy type setting a lot, or like modern fantasy types. And so I feel like a sci-fi thing that speaks to me, like a lot of them don't, but ones that do, they really hit for me because I don't get them all that often. And Nine Souls was one that really did hit for me, right? From the character designs to the area designs to the horrifying things that we found. So that's why I think I'm going to give my Mordio Award to Nine Souls. And as we wait for the chat poll to end, I just want to express how funny it is in hindsight that I used our edited thumbnails for this.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, two of these I drew.
Yeah, I know.
So...
And like, you know, I messed with the colors on the Nine Souls one, so none of these are accurate depictions of these games. But that's fine.
So it goes.
So it goes. All right.
All right. We have our finished poll, I believe. And wait, did I exit out of it? My bad.
The winner,
what does it say?
The winner is Nine Souls with Little Goody Two-Shoes in second.
Very good. Very
Nine Souls,
good.
you also get the Chat's Choice Award this time around. I'll just cement these images in my mind for the game's design. Don't worry.
I tried to do very accurate to the art style. I basically just traced over the In Stars of Time one with my face, and well, Little Goody Two-Shoes I did draw from scratch, but it's very much trying to be in the style. So
yeah, I do think that these are all in the spirit of the game's art styles, so you're not completely misled if you're looking at them and judging it. But it is a little. It's not the actual official game stuff, so. All right, let me reset these awards. As we move to a category that chat's going to have a harder time voting on, or, well, I guess it does, maybe not, depending on their own personal gaming history. This is the best non-streamed game. And so, as a category, this may seem a little silly because, well, we're here as streamers talking about games, and you guys didn't see us play these, so I don't know if you're going to have strong opinions on which ones of these should win, unless you happen to have played them yourself.
Maybe you've played it or seen other people play them.
Yeah. Oh, Keys also has to say, Little Goody Two-Shoes is pretty accurate to a bunch of the art in the game, you would say. Oh, very nice, very nice. So of these ones, we have Dave the Diver, which is a game that, Nova, you played this, if you would like to speak to it a bit.
Yes. So I guess I was in a period of time where I wasn't doing much and I really wanted a game to play on my own. I've seen other people briefly play Dave the Diver. It seemed a little less stressful. It didn't seem like too stressful of a game, though I guess it was at certain points. This was a game I also played a lot during vacations, I believe. However, it was a game that cramped my hands so badly, so I don't know what that says. Oh, it also is the game that made me try Balatro, because they have a mini game in Dave the Diver where you have Dave the Diver themed deck. And I was like, hey, you know what? I think I can play Balatro. So not only was it a good game, it also turned me on to another game.
Very good. Before we proceed to the other ones, the fart reverb was for because you were early. You didn't get to do it earlier. I see. I understand. At first, I thought it was for the hard to judge category. Slenderva says, as a nerd who's played a single one of these tabletop RPG story games, wink wink, I am extremely biased. Well, speaking of, Baldur's Gate 3, Nova and I played together off stream. Or rather, I should say we finished together off stream. We started playing it a while ago. What, like...
Yeah.
Was it a year and a half or 2 years ago? And then we took a really long break.
We took the longest break, and...
Halson was kidnapped for a long time.
Yes, Halson was kidnapped for a very long time, nearly a year. And I think there's a big reason that Baldur's Gate took us so long, and it's because we were playing cooperative. And let me tell you, the cooperative part of this game is buggy as hell.
Yeah.
So fights took a very long time.
Fights took a long time. It was also often hard to predict who would be present in story cutscenes to make decisions. Right. I don't know if these are things that got patched as we went. And Act 3 especially was pretty buggy, but overall I still had a fun time.
It was still incredibly enjoyable, and it's a great, like, jam-packed game. By the way, I'm going to start the poll now.
Mm-hmm. And like Mind Flayers in particular, like that's my jam. Like, I love Mind Flayers, so having them be so integral to the plot of the game and like being what unifies the party, like that's right up my alley. Like, really enjoyable there. I enjoyed building my character to be an absolute monster, mechanically, but then also literally. But love you some Dungeons and Desktops. Speaking to the other games, Hades 2 is another one that both Nova and I did play, and technically speaking, I believe Nova started this on stream. Oh, did not play all of it on stream because you just knew you were going to play it way too much. You could not wait for streams, right?
Yes, absolutely. I was a huge fan of Hades 1. I played it on stream before also deciding I just want to play it all the time. So I did. And Hades 2 I knew was going to be the same way. I played 3 streams consecutively. I did surprisingly well for me. Like, I am not as gamer as Mordio, but I feel like I did a pretty good job in Hades 2. And listen, I finished it, but I'm still playing it. So I think that really speaks to how much I like it. I think it's got great characterization. I love the gameplay part of it. Mm-hmm. I like the character interactions, everything.
Yeah, and I think something that Hades 2 does very well, just like its predecessor, Hades 1, is making it so that new things are happening each loop, and like there's just so much contextual dialogue so that even when you fail, you're just kind of interested to see what else people have to say.
Yeah.
Right? Or like what other combinations you can throw together or things you can try out. So like I'd echo a lot of your sentiments there, and I also had a lot of fun playing Hades 2. I think I've done pretty much everything I want to do in that one at this point, and I had a great time for all of it. And speaking of roguelites, Blueprints is a game that came out this year, and I did not stream because multiple people told me I would love this game, and I was a little skeptical because me and puzzles, we don't really tend to get along. So I watched someone play like
I don't understand that.
An hour or two. It's because puzzles really frustrate me, man. They really do.
but you get them right.
Not as often as you think. But so Blueprints, I didn't think it would be something that really synced with me, but I heard often enough that people thought it would, and I saw some gameplay and I was like, all right, it seems like it could be a fun time. So I did what it suggested, brought out a physical notebook, played it all off stream, and I did have a really good time with it. I did most of the stuff in that game. I did not quite do all of it. In fact, I recently learned of something that I missed. But I feel like I did a respectable amount, not just the main game, but of post game and putting things together too. So I had a lot of fun with that one.
I feel like we should go back to Baldur's Gate though, because I think we only talked about the negative when there's so much positive.
Oh yeah, I was trying to talk about the positive with the Mind Flayer stuff. And,
right. I feel like that's true. The characters are just really good. I ended up romancing Will, but I will say, I am fascinated by Asterion. I think everybody else who tries his path, like I liked looking at that one a lot. It's got the Dark Urge path. There's a lot of replayability. Its biggest downfall for me is that it's long and I don't have time.
Yeah, that's completely fair. But it wasn't a big downfall for chat, who nominated it for the Chat's Choice Award. The Baldur's Gate definitely gets that.
Yeah, well deserved.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of fun mechanics in that, like, you know, how much characters like you determines how they respond when you tell them not to do things. Doing honor mode was so fun. Ooh, that does sound fun and difficult.
What's honor mode?
I believe is that the one where you can't, where it's like single save, or is that something else? Or is that just really high difficulty? Storm will clarify for us. As Storm does. Where are you placing your award, Nova?
I don't think it's any surprise. It's Hades 2 for me.
Yeah, no surprise. There it goes. You get one chance, and if you die, it's done. No save, highest difficulty. Got it. Wow.
By the way, did you notice in Hades 2, her arm makes a 3?
It does. Does that mean the next one's going to be Hades 4?
What?
Anyway, for me, I'm giving my award to Blueprints. Even though I think, and so here I'm going to explain my reasoning here. I think I did actually enjoy playing Hades 2 more, but Blueprints surprised me in a very positive way, and it's going to have me looking out for other stuff from those developers or other things in that vein, in a way that Hades 2, I knew I was going to enjoy it because I loved Hades 1, and I enjoyed it about as much as I thought I would. But Blueprints was a surprise for me, and that's why I'm giving it my best non-streamed game.
Okay, all right.
All right, a good collection here. Let's throw all these awards to the side as we move to, drum rolls, a non-video game award. Now, if you're...
Mordio. This is called the Mordio and Nova Game Awards.
Well, that's true. These aren't video games, but they are from, or shall I say, clipped from games. This is the best short and clip category. Ooh, that's a little self-indulgent of us to give awards to things that we and ourselves did, but I mean, we're in the middle of short spaghetti, so it's the season. And it's also a way for us to reflect on the things that were funny and happened. So here, if you are new and haven't watched all of these, you can check them out on our YouTube channel. Probably not as fast as we go through them, but you can pin some of these as favorites to watch later. From these thumbnails, if you haven't looked at them as often as Nova and I have, you may not be able to tell which is which. But here in the bottom left, we have Nova backflipping off a cliff with all of our medical supplies in peak. Above it, or to the right and slightly above, we have Nova going on the $6.90 for just $6.99 a month. You can supply them with lobster. Ramble. To the bottom and to the right, we have, or of that lobster one, we have where Nova tries to solve a puzzle that they already know the answer to, and in the process of mixes up their lefts and rights. And to the right of that, we have when Nova, desperate for healing, sees it, finds it, and accidentally blows themselves up before they get it.
Yeah.
Besides that, we have when I use the power of the trumpet in Peak to banish the ghosts completely, and when I, from beyond the grave, manage to use the trumpet as well. And finally, on the very right, the only horizontal format video here, we have Nova's birthday blaspheming, a set of clips from Nova's birthday stream where we talked about religion. So, you know, we talked about the papal gotcha game that we would design. We talked about when we think Jesus was most likely to have said Full Metal Alchemist, and when he is most likely to say Full Metal Alchemist again in the future.
In a slightly different tone.
Yep. So these are all of our clips. Good luck, Nova, in in making a poll based on all of these? I don't quite know.
Well, unfortunately, I can't because it has too many options. We can only do 5 options. This has 6.
All right. What do you want to do? Do you want to put...
So instead, I'm going to... you guys can... If you've seen it, some of you have. I'm sure not everybody has. But if you've seen it, feel free to put it in chat. But... besides that, I was thinking I have our YouTube page open. That's in the pin chat right now. We could put the chat reward on what got the most views.
Okay. Yeah, why don't we do most views and most liked of these? And if that's 2 different ones, we can give 2 different chats choice. So if stream chat wants to voice things, then they can, voice their own opinions. While you're looking up those views, I'm just going to talk about my opinions on these shorts, which is that you'll notice that in every single short or clip, Nova features. Truly, Nova is a comedic powerhouse, I think.
Whoa.
And nothing quite proves that, like Nova being present in pretty much every funny moment that happens. What in the Tom and Jerry
I'm a clown.
Did you join into, Rob? You joined into the Mordio Nova Game Awards, the non-game section of the awards. Yes, that's right. In this particular section, we're giving awards to our personal favorite, shorts or clips. You have to respect the unbridled urge to screw your friends over and peek by careening off a cliff with all the meds.
Oh, cool. So you did see it. Or unless, did you fully explain that?
I might have just been from my pitch. And just to be entirely clear, and Nova, you can confirm this, you just wanted to do a backflip. You coincidentally checked, made sure you had all of our medicine, and then backflipped off 30 seconds later. That was a coincidence and not intentional.
I think it would be funny if it was intentional, but I am simply not that smart of a man.
You just wanted to do a backflip while we were waiting, and you instead backflipped off the edge. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny though.
It was funny though. Did you find anything stats wise?
I was just gonna go one by one and tell you what the stats were, and then we'll find out together. Okay,
sounds good. Do it.
Okay, well, I guess should I talk about what I liked?
Oh, sure, go for it then.
I feel like peak shorts are always good. They always get a lot of traction because it's just funny. Like Slenderva says to urging the chaos. But I do feel like the lobster short is very funny to me because it's independent of the game that we're playing, and it was just simply a funny moment where I had a moment to think. And then probably in that same vein, runner-up for me would be the blaspheming. That's just funny. I don't know, man.
Yeah. All right, well, before you get the stats, let's assign yours over to the lobster. And we're going to assign mine over to the blaspheming, which I know it's not as punchy as a short, but it gave us a lot of fun things.
That's not a short.
What?
It's not even a short.
Yeah, it's a clip. It's best short/clip is the category, right? And I say it's not as punchy as short. But it gave us some really fun things, such as...
Liminal Branch Library.
And...
Liminal Branch Library.
Right? Like that clip is where you, I believe, committed to doing the Liminal Branch Library drawings that I just cycled through for stream. And you even hired one of our friends to do a couple takes for the voices so that we could use them for intros and outros. And
that's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't always use them. We don't always use them because we tend to stream for a short period of time, like an hour and 2 hours. Yeah. So we don't always need a break. But as like a break thing, those are just so fun to have. And they came in part from that section, which is why I give it my personal award. Now, you tell me, and I will drive the chat's choice as we go.
So, the first short on YouTube got 543 views.
Instead of saying the first, could you say what's in it? so that way I'm not confused.
Oh, the where I fall off the peak mountain.
Okay.
And it got 30 likes.
Said 530 views and 30 likes.
Yes. However, on Instagram, this one is... See, we don't always have the same thumbnail, so it's a little difficult for me, so I apologize in advance. But on Instagram, which we don't have as big of a following, but still, nonetheless, where the hell is it?
This might take a while if you have to pull them up for each one. Maybe we just do YouTube.
Okay, just YouTube then. So that was that one. The lobster one got quite a bit of traction. That got 2,000 views and has 50 likes.
Wow. The people like lobster.
People like me not having lobster. On Instagram, it got 270 views with 10 likes. The stick figure one on Instagram did really well with 2,300 views. And on YouTube, it had 728 views. It had 23 likes. Instagram, it had 28 likes.
Okay.
What's the next one? That one was me blowing up from healing, right?
Yep.
All right, so the one with healing, it got 17 likes and 1.8 thousand views.
All right.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. What about the ghost one?
I don't have the...
Yeah, the trumpet
Oh,
one.
yes, and the ghost one. The ghost one got 1.6 thousand views and 18 likes.
All right. And then the blaspheming's going to get much less, I think. It's not a short.
Yes, the blaspheming, which is not in the same section, so just give me like 2 seconds to find the video portion of it.
While you're looking for that, I'm assigning one Chat's Choice Award to the lobster one for having the most views and likes on YouTube, and another Chat's Choice Award based on Sundara just saying that the respect for the peak ones by backflipping off, because that's a Chat's Choice for sure.
The blaspheming one got 41 views.
Wow, which for a
thumbs up.
for a non-short video of ours, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
But all right, that's our thank you. No, thank you for expressing your thoughts on our pitches or our summaries of these clips. All right, well, with that category done, congratulations to these shorts and clips for winning these many prestigious awards from us, the people who are in these clips.
Go watch our clips!
All right, which brings us to, I believe this is, hold on, is this our penultimate category? Yes, this is our penultimate category. Moving along, we are going back to streams, though not necessarily games. The best special stream of the year. Let me move some of these awards so people can read a little bit better. And so for this one, we have our Valentine's Day Hamtaro stream that Nova did with a custom PNG tuber that had a bunch of different little interactions you could do with channel points. What was it? Pat your head, feed sunflower seeds, and like you could create a pile of them and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was basically it.
We had a language learning stream with me and Shoshingo where we studied some Japanese before Nova and I went on a trip to Japan. Oh, Storm, no worries at all. No worries at all. We appreciate it if you have gone and done it since, but no worries, no pressure. Hamtaro is adorable. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and I really liked the interaction portion I did with it. This was probably my first big thing that I did with Mix It Up. I used a combination of Mix It Up and Vioto Tube to make a PNG, but I did animate it as well, so it was a little more interesting. I am pretty proud of the petting thing that you could do and feeding me seeds. Very cute.
Yeah. That's, I don't know. It's just a fun, cute time. You saw the dispatch short, and it got a sub out of you, so you're here. Hooray! We're glad to have you.
It worked. I think it's a very low return to get people to be on Twitch from YouTube. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you coming by, and we hope you enjoy this look back on our year, despite only being a recent arrival. In the top right, we have from Nova's birthday stream the Do You Know Birds quiz, where Nova collected a handful of friends who had an approximate knowledge of birds, and we used photographs of birds that I had taken, and used those photos to quiz the participants to see if they knew birds.
Yes, as someone who is interested in birds, I perhaps have more knowledge than the average person. So I wanted to know, what knowledge did the average person have about birds?
And we found out in that stream.
Yes.
Below that, and coming back from the left again, we have making campaign frames in Daggerheart, or rather Daggerheart style campaign frames. There was nothing in those streams that was Daggerheart specific. I just thought that the way that they, framed their different settings at the back of the book was a really neat way to organize it. A lot of different games have different ways to organize their various settings or to pitch them. And so, being a new thing off the presses, I thought making some Daggerheart style campaign frames for some of my homebrew settings would be a lot of fun. And I think we did 2 of those streams. I want to say it was 2. Maybe there was 3.
Yes, it was 2.
Yeah, so we did 2 of those. So it was fun because I really enjoyed having people come by, and a lot of you were willing to chat about the settings and engage with them, which I really appreciated. And I got to organize a bunch of information. Who knows? Maybe in a future streamed game on this channel, I'll use some of those campaign frames. Find out soon. Well, maybe not too soon. Oh, thank you, Storm, for the Short Mageddon check-in. And then, finally, our last special stream of the year was Is It Drag with Nova and friend and frequent guest of the channel, Radio Bone Air, Hambone, where the two of them nominated, 15 things each, and then went through and determined if it was drag or not.
Correct. We feel like, that certain characters and objects are dragged naturally. For instance, Hambone and I both agree that the Grinch, Jim Carrey's The Grinch, is drag. What does that mean? Only we know. And so we determined randomly picked things, and determined if it was drag or not, made our cases for each of them, and made the verdict. That's a fun one. So...
Yeah. All right. So, oh yeah, cool. Poll is up. So if you have an opinion, express it in the poll. Which one you thought was the best? Nova.
Or if you haven't watched it, which one would you watch?
Yeah, you know what, Nova? That's a great way to phrase it. From these pitches, from these thumbnails, from these descriptions, what one would you be most interested in seeing, or having seen, or going back and watching? You get the point. And while chat's considering that, Nova, what's your thoughts? Which one do you lean towards?
Ooh, see, for the ones that I did, I put a lot of effort into all of them. So it's hard to say what I liked more. So Taro Ham Ham Heartbreak, that is a game I have played over and over again. Well past what I should, I guess. I didn't finish it, unfortunately, in one stream. It's still a little too much of a game to play in the 2.5 hours I stream. But I really liked making my Hamtaro self and all the mix it up stuff, which I said before. But then we have Did You Know Birds, which is something I wanted to do for a very long time. I've wanted to make a quiz show. I love hosting quiz shows, and I love talking about birds. And that was on my birthday, if you will. Birthday.
You know,
yes, and
earlier, sorry, no, you can finish your thought.
and I just had a really good time on my birthday. So,
Since
Birds Have Wings and Bird Brain by Jamie P. I love that, and that's all you get out of you. No, I think that's great. I love people having approximate knowledge of things. So, yeah.
And just to speak, earlier you were saying, why is your name Crow, right? When I was talking about being biased towards rabbits. But I'm also really big on birds. Like I mentioned just before.
You are big on birds.
All of those photos in that Do You Know Birds, which I think was 15 different birds? Somewhere around there.
I don't remember.
Somewhere around, maybe a little more, a little less. Like I had taken all of those photographs, and I had a lot of fun doing so, right? Taking pictures of them, IDing them. You're not sure about that, Mordio? Not sure about which part specifically. I took those photos. Both of us, myself, you are a fan of dust bunnies, not dust birds. We actually have a short that didn't make it into Shortsmageddon that we'll probably release at some point, A Creatures of the Library, which talks about some of the bird life at the library, even though dust bunnies do make for a more adorable mascot.
Aw, look at the bun emotes. They're so cute.
They're so cute. Look, I have a variety of animal interests, okay? I think that's reasonable.
Okay, back off.
I was also going to comment, both of us, Nova, you and I, we both have bird-based surnames as well. Myself
That's
being
correct.
Crow and yours being Minakawa, which is a reference to a mythological bird of the Philippines.
Is it a reference?
Well, yes. Well,
Anyway.
Oh, yes, I saw the chat's choice. Oh, God, what was the results? Nova, what was the results on that poll?
It was split between Did You Know Birds and I forget the rest.
There's a way to see recent polls, right?
Yeah, let me go try to find it. But
Okay.
talk about
Ham and birds. All right, there we go. We get a chat's choice on birds and a chat's choice on the Hamtaro one. And Nova.
Hambone or Hamtaro? That's fun.
I think it was Hamtaro. Nova, where are you placing yours? Because I think I have mine.
Oh, I think it's gonna be Do You Know Birds?
And for that, Do You Know Birds? It's the Mordio and Nova Award.
Whoa.
I really love the campaign frames one, and it's very close for me. But I think the birds one was the synthesis of, both of our interests. It was on your birthday. I had a bunch of friends over. I just think that was a grand old time. And so that's where I'm going to put my award.
Let's give it up for birds.
Let's give it up for birds.
Let's give it up for birds.
He somehow missed
all
all
these
of the streams.
You missed my birthday? No.
In a way that's impressive because I feel like you're in here a lot. So to miss all
You
of
are
the
here a
special
lot.
ones. All right. Well, that brings us it is 10, which is our usual ending time, but luckily we are on the final category of the night, which, look, this is a Game Awards. Ignore the last couple categories. This is a Game Awards show. And so we all know what the last category is, which is Game of the Year. Or in this case, streamed by us Game of the Year.
Right. Expedition 33 is not on it. It can't win any more awards. We're safe here.
Yeah, we're safe here from Expedition 33. It cannot win. We technically did start it, but we did not finish it. It's not here. So this particular set is the set that we thought was stand out. I enjoyed a lot of the games that we played this year. I enjoyed I dare say most of the games we played, if not all of them. But these are the ones that we thought really stood above and beyond. I think all of these we've talked about at one point or another. That won't stop you from voting on it. Well, we're going to have to... Unfortunately, we have 6 options here. I didn't realize that Twitch only had 5 options on polls.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, what do we do for chat's choice? You might just have to type in your choice, which means that Storm will sadly be allowed to vote for E33. But I was going to say because it won't be on the poll, but all right.
I didn't include Little Goody Two Shoes. Sorry.
All right, Little Goody Two Shoes is not on the poll. If you want to vote for Little Goody Two Shoes, you can say so in chat instead.
You must say it in
E33
chat.
is also not on the poll. I suppose you can say it in chat. I don't know if we're going to count it because it's not technically nominated. But while that poll runs, while the poll runs, consider which ones did you enjoy, both from a game perspective, if you've played it yourself, did you enjoy us playing specifically? As for us, Nova, I think it would be fun for you and I to go down the list and just say a little bit, because since we've talked a lot about each of these games as we go, perhaps our favorite bits or just like why we think it's up here at all, right? So starting in the top left corner with 9 Souls. Nova, do you have any commentary on that one? I know you didn't play that one.
No, but I out of these games that I didn't play, I enjoyed watching you play this one the most.
Mm-hmm. So like it from the left,
from like a viewer perspective, I think it was just visually very nice to watch. It was cool to see you play it specifically because you were pretty good at it. And there were a lot of plot points and body horror, it's just I've been around you for a long time. You've also got me appreciating some of the cool body horror, so
yeah,
there it goes.
There. Yeah, from my perspective, if I wasn't Storm's voting for Little Goody Two Shoes, and Amasha gifted a friend 9 Souls after watching it. Wow. Oh. I hope your friend enjoyed it. Hold on. It's past 10 o'clock. My brain shut off. Have they played it yet? Is what I was trying to say.
You got there. I got there.
For 9 Souls, I already talked about how much I liked the art style and the music. One thing I will bring up that's related that I didn't mention during soundtrack is the sound design. Like the sound of the hits of the wind-up of like the charging talismans. They really help with that rhythm game design. With a lot of like the charge attacks, it's easier to tell not from the visuals, but from the audio cues.
Oh, yeah, very good point.
I think that helps bring it all together. And not yet. It was on wish list already, but not yet, but it's been an intense work year. Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate. I have a sibling who's also into these types of games, like Silk Song and Lies of P and 9 Souls, and that sibling has not played any of them this year due to similar reasons. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. Nova.
I was gonna say, plus in 9 Souls, you smoke a doobie to heal yourself, so that's pretty fun.
Also true. All right, I'm gonna start distributing the chat's choices. No, we haven't talked about all of ours yet, but 9 Souls gets one. In Stars and Time gets another, and we're gonna have to we're gonna have to duplicate a third one because Little Goody Two Shoes. It's a 3-way tie across chat, so 3 games getting recognized. Very nice, and I think that chat's made some good choices, and that there's only good options here. Let's move down to Lies of P. Good picks. Yeah. You know what? Applause for all the chat's choice winners. Let's move down to Lies of P. So this is another one that you did not play, Nova. But what did you think, or like what do you think is the best quality of it? Oh, and Roses too.
Get him! Now's the time! Go! Roses!
Stop
Roses! Get him!
Thank you. Why is now the time?
Now's the time! Because someone did one.
Okay, because... Wait, there's a tomato in there. Nova just happy they aren't the one getting pelted. Yeah, it's true. I wonder if Tits will ever add the ability to add a second person.
They're flying over my head and landing on you.
Yep. I mean, you don't even have collision. They're going in front of your face too.
Get loved, idiot.
Oh, so much appreciation, non-stop applause. Nova, through the applause, why do you think Lies of P deserves to be nominated?
Lies of P should be nominated because, zoo.
Because of the zoo.
It was a zoo.
Got it. I would say for me, Arlecchino.
Arlecchino fight was great, and I liked that you could team up with.
Thank you for all the roses.
For what, Sophia or?
With Leia.
With Leia, and that was cool. And I didn't get to see that really too much in the rest of Lies of P. If it happened, I don't remember, or if it was like very, I don't know. It was very cool this time around.
The combination attacks at the end, like when you do the team up guard break or riposte or whatever it's called in this game, really, really cool, right?
Yeah. And we saw Arlecchino in his prime, which was cool.
So like that was a lot of fun. I'd agree on all those points there. As for Silksong, Nova, I know you have a complicated relationship with Silksong.
Yeah.
Do you believe it should be here nominated?
I do think it should be here. I think it's a really great game. However, it's just not one I can complete, which makes me sad. But I'm glad I got to watch you play it. I don't think anybody wanted to watch me play it because I was just dog shit duty pants.
Oh no!
At Silksong, but it was still fun, and I got to like really get into the default. What's it called? Crest or whatever?
Yeah, the Hunter's Crest.
Which has the diagonal, which I think, it was fun when it was both me and Mordio, but I was getting salty real quick, and you guys would have not liked me in the end. Hi, Hellfire. Thank you for coming by.
Yeah, thank you for coming by. Welcome on in. And it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. Nova just like keys, for real, for real. Yeah, you know, the Hunter's Crest, one thing about Silksong for me as well is like, I tried to use the other crest. I don't remember which bosses it was at this point, but there were a couple of times where I struggled a bit on bosses, and then I went back to the Reaper's Crest and just destroyed them, you know, like finding the one that really clicked with me made a big difference.
Yeah.
And overall, look,
it's a good game.
It's a good game, highly anticipated. I do think it was very hard, and probably the difficulty curve feels like the devs were too good at their own game and the playtesters were too good. There's no reason so many early game things should be doing 2 mass damage. You're happy to catch us live? Oh, thanks. We're glad you're able to catch us live as well.
Yeah, even though this is the last award.
Yeah, even though this is the last award. But we still have 3 more games to talk about, plus our final deliberations.
Yes, of course, of course.
Which... Now let's move on to In Stars and Time. Nova, why do you think In Stars and Time deserves to be nominated?
In Stars and Time is probably the game that I feel represents my, like, sorry, I'm trying to word this in the way I feel it should be said. I feel like In Stars and Time was my game. It was really engaging for me. I felt like I became a true streamer playing In Stars and Time, as stupid as that sounds. I feel like, you know, it was my longest continuous game that I was playing. It was something that I chose without knowing too much about it. I just saw like someone talking about it and they liked it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this a try, and it turned out really well. It surprised me. It had such a strong cast. It had a great art style, and I just wanted to know. I just kept wanting to play it. So it was a game that felt like that this was my streamer year. Yeah,
I think that's a great reason for it to be included, and honestly, to me, makes me feel like I think I might know where Nova's award is heading. The existentialism is palpable, and it trips on a banana.
And it dies by pineapple?
Yep, allergic to pineapple. Even though Sifrin knew, but you had to die to the pineapple to learn one of Bonnie's favorite things, right?
Well, the first time Sifrin did not know,
right.
But
no. Yeah. Loop mentions like things I know about you, like you're allergic to pineapple. And Sifrin's like, huh?
Oh, was that before?
Yeah, that was before. Because I was like, when you chose the pineapple, I was like, Nova, no! Because we knew, Chad knew that you...
I forgot. I'm just like Sifrin. You've said it many times.
Yeah, a little Sifrin coded. For me, I think for what in Stars in Time captures, like I didn't play it at all, right? So like the combat system, whatever, I didn't really have much of an interaction with. But for me, I think was really the cast was the highlight.
Yeah.
I really liked our party. And if you haven't played in Stars in Time, I'll try not to spoil it too much. I feel like from the beginning, when Sifrin starts looping, there are certain reservations Sifrin has that, to me, make the ending state of the story relatively clear, of where Sifrin's going to go. But Sifrin is still a great vessel, I think, to learn about all of the other characters. And I'm not saying I don't enjoy Sifrin's story, I do. But for me, I think the real highlight was learning each of the other characters' complexities, getting to know them more, getting to really form the bonds with the cast.
I mean, I like Sifrin themselves for sure.
Oh, yeah, yes. Yeah, for sure.
I especially like that because it's a looping game, you find out more about yourself, and just like whenever there was something new from a thing that I've already interacted with, I got really excited.
Gotta research for more lore, says Amasha. Just don't have time for multiple playthroughs. Ooh, yeah. It's certainly a game that eats up time. Anyway.
Dawn Trail.
Yeah, next up, Dawn Trail, specifically the patch content. I believe we've had 2 patches this year, or 2 or 3. So we're talking like the 24-mans, Arcadian, most of the stuff with Calyx, and now going to the 9th. You'll have to check out that game. Yeah, if you enjoy little indie RPGs, certainly do. It's a lot of fun. For Dawn Trail, this patch story, I think, I really enjoy the current cast. It makes me sad that right now they're starting to go their separate ways. I'm sure we'll meet up with a lot of them again in the future, and we're setting up for the new expansion. But I think that, I like the Scions of the 7th Dawn, but I think we've been with them for so long that having such a new group of characters over the course of Dawn Trail Primary, and then spending even more time with them in like the post-patch content, it's just been nice. Like, it's just been fun. And Arcadian is just really silly, and I love the announcer in the Arcadian fights.
Me too. I love how he comments on who's died, who's made it, the group in general. Just his voice is really funny, and the fights are fun. They're really fun.
They're so fun. They're so stylish.
Yes, so stylish. I know you're a big fan of the music as well.
And
this is pretty high for me because simply for Arcadium. I love Arcadium.
Yeah, we haven't done the last tier. We probably are going to do it on Friday. But the first 2 tiers were so much fun. It's a really good time. And Final Fantasy has done tournament arcs before. The Omega series in Stormblood was basically a tournament arc, but I feel like Arcadian leans into the showmanship of a tournament arc in such a way that do I like professional wrestling now? I don't know, right? I don't know, it's just a lot of fun.
Hambone would be happy to hear that if that were true.
Well, I don't know if I actually am, but I did enjoy WrestleTuber, Doki Bird's WrestleTuber, and I'm so glad that Metal made it as far as he did. Great time, and I'm very intrigued to see where the story will go next and what the next expansion will be. After this recent patch, I have some pretty high hopes for the next. It feels like they're going in an interesting direction, but I'm not sure where it is yet. And finally, Little Goody Two Shoes. Why does it deserve to be nominated for Game streamed by us of the
yes.
year.
I mean, it won an award from me for just being so beautiful, and I think that shouldn't be overlooked again in this game. It's gorgeous. It's gay.
Lesbian.
And lesbian. Yes, let's go lesbians. Let's go lesbians. Let's go. And it let me really stretch my voice acting skills. Now, in Stars in Time, I did voice everybody, and that was very difficult. But I feel like Little Goody Two Shoes, it's so over the top that I went over the top, and that was fun for me. I will say that I'm not a great puzzle solver either, and I did struggle sometimes, but I think it's just a fun game. Yeah. Existential horror of wishes, yeah.
Yeah, very, very, dark fairy tale in that way. All right, well, chat has already had their poll and assigned their choices. Nova, it falls to you and I to assign either the Mordio and Nova Award or the Mordio Award and the Nova Award.
Which are different.
And so I think judging based on how we discuss things, these may be landing in different places. Would you like to place yours first, or shall I?
I can do it. I think by the way I spoke about it, it's no surprise that the Nova Award goes to In Stars in Time. Congratulations.
For me, congratulations, Stars in Time. Nova, do you have anything you want to say about In Stars in Time in addition to what you just said? Oh yeah, let me give applause. In Stars in Time, you get the Nova Award.
Yay!
Anything you want to say in addition to what you said, or that you want to really emphasize?
Maybe it's not so bad to be Cyphrin coded.
Words of wisdom there. And so, for me, I'm torn between two games here, but I think I know which one I'm leaning to. The two games I'm torn between are Final Fantasy XIV for all the reasons we just said. I think I loved... Dawn Trail had its weak points, but I did enjoy it overall as we're putting the long story arc behind us. And as someone who was coincidentally starting a Latin American themed fantasy tabletop campaign before this came out, right? It fed me all this good music to use, and there were a lot of, perhaps unsurprisingly, convergent themes, right? So I got a lot of enjoyment out of it, which is why it's in my top two. And the other one I think I'm leaning towards is Nine Souls, because I feel like I had such a fun time streaming that game, in addition to all of the other positive things that we've said. And so I think, for the sake of the awards, I'm going to assign mine to Nine Souls, because while these two games I've had a great time with, I think Nine Souls was the better one streaming experience, both for me and probably for chat too, right? But just in general, I feel like it was the one that made for the better streamed game, and it's right there at the top of the category, streamed by us, Game of the Year. So, Schwan would approve. Indeed.
I think these choices make a lot of sense. I feel like Nine Souls was your signature game for a while, and In Stars in Time was mine. So this feels right.
Yeah. Nope. I agree. And that, applause. Those are all of our prestigious awards for this year. This was thrown together during a very busy time. We were just coming off of Shortsmageddon, but I had a lot of fun nominating things and going through it. Yeah, thank you for and all of the roses. Thank you.
Fucking get them!
It's been a really fun year, everyone. And the real Mordio and Nova... Oops, not that. Give me this. The real Mordio and Nova Award goes not to any of these games, but to you, the viewers.
Yes.
It goes to you, the viewers, because
get them!
You were here with us, whether you joined us today or whether you've been with us all year, whether you've watched every stream or every stream but the special event ones. You know?
Oh my god, don't call him out like that.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Or whether, and if you've just been here lurking and listening in whenever you've gotten the chance and never even put in a message, we appreciate you, and we hope that you'll be here next year. I'd like to do more for our look back, but maybe in the same format, just do a little bit more. You know, make it a little bit more. You know, put some more budget
So
into
this
this.
is this is the first time you've hosted something, actually, right?
That's true, and I do think it shows, but.
No, I think you did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
I think you're such a good speaker in general, that, you know, except for that one time where you couldn't speak.
Yeah, right after 10 o'clock. That's where my brain's like, oh, 10 o'clock, brain shutdown time.
Yeah, but other than that, I think you do a good job of hosting, very, very much so. So maybe that's more of that's in your future as well.
Yeah, well, you know, I do tend to run tabletop RPGs, which in a way is like hosting an event. So I'm not too surprised in that way. But I had plenty of ideas for this event stream that I didn't even get the chance to consider actually doing. But they're written down, and I'll save them for next year or just speculating out loud in other streams. But for now, I think it's time for us to start moving on over into closing. Unless there's anything else you want to cover, Nova.
No, I think we're good. However, I think because we have such a great audience right now, it would be great if we could just raid into Bruce Baby.
Oh, sure.
It's Bruce Baby. Guys, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us on one of the last streams of the year, I believe.
It is the last stream of the year because we're not streaming tomorrow or New Year's Eve. So.
Correct. So thank you for a great way to wrap it up, by the way. So just thank you. Thank you so much for supporting us and joining us today and the rest, and, you know, this past year.
Oh,
Tomorrow
and Amasha says, on that
is-
note, watch the TTRPG Mordio ran with us with Root on YouTube. Yay!
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put us on raid. Make sure you say hi. Use the chat message, the raid message, to say hi to Bruce Baby. At very least, just to say hi. And if you could stick around, great. If you don't, have a good night.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. We hope you've enjoyed your time here, and we hope to see you again soon. Goodbye and good night and Happy New Year!
I know